Hey my dudes, how's it hanging? It's your boy ZNF1 here. So I want to talk with you guys today about plants, specifically poisonous ones to look out for while foraging or just wandering around in the woods. Before we get into this though, let's cue intro. Alrighty, so the first plant we're going to look at is the horse nettle or thorny nightshade. Its scientific name is Solanum carolinensis, which can be found throughout much of temperate North America. Now this plant is indigenous to the American Southeast, and it is identifiable by the yellow berry or tomato-like bulb that is on it. And it also is pretty easy to identify too because it's pretty fucking thorny. It'll take roughly a few dozen of these to make you feel ill, or 100 to kill you. Now, the berries of the horse nettle or thorny nightshade do happen to appear during the late fall. So if you're ever, out and about, especially in southeastern United States, keep an eye out for the thorny nightshade. It does take quite a bit of them to kill you, but if you're fucking foraging and you don't really have much other of an option, it's a good thing to know so that way you don't accidentally take 100 of them and accidentally kill yourself or others. Alrighty, so poisonous plant number 2 is going to be poison ivy. Many of us know this plant and were taught about it as a kid. Its scientific name is Toxicodendron radicus. Again, a lot of us do know this. That's because we generally can't get near it. Many humans can without having some sort of severe allergic reaction or a decent fucking rash. This is the plant that the phrase leaves a 3, leave it be came from, and gave plants with 3 leaves on it a bad rep. These severe reactions happen due to essential oils found within it. It's a compound called urushiol, according to the Mayo Clinic. However, this plant isn't harmful to other life forms here on Earth, like deer or insects. It's very important that you know what this plant looks like, much like the thorny nightshade, except this time it's so that way you can avoid having a really shitty rash and or a allergic reaction. Sometimes that's really deadly for people if it's severe enough. That's why it's good to know what it looks like and identify it on the spot the majority of the time, so that way you don't really have to worry about that and you can just avoid it. It wouldn't be very fun at all to have a pretty shitty and itchy rash, right? Now, there are plants that have 3 leaves, which can actually be very medicinal or useful in situations. Just good overall for you to do your research and make sure that you can identify these, so that way you can avoid poison ivy and be able to identify all these plants that have 3 leaves on them that care to know about on the spot. So again, just be very cautious around the leaves of 3 and make sure that you know your stuff on them, so that way you don't have to accidentally 1, ingest this, or 2, come in contact with it and then deal with the shitty rash. Poison ivy is predominantly found mainly in the eastern part and the midwestern parts of America. From my experience, it's generally around places that are very wooded and have much grass, a lot of trees, etc. It can be found on roadsides even too. Alrighty, so the third and final poisonous plant that we're going to talk about to look out for while foraging or being out in the wilderness is pokeweed, or as some call it, poke. It's also known as Phytolacca americana. Pokeweed is edible in its early shoot stages. However, once it hits a foot tall, it gets more and more poisonous as it grows. You can eat this plant in the early springtime in large quantities. However, you need to boil and change out that water each time you boil it for 3 different whole times. Otherwise, you can get poisoned and it's not going to be fun. And remember, you have to do it before you eat it. Otherwise, you're going to get the full effects of the poison. Symptoms of somebody that has ingested it and been poisoned by it would be seizures, diarrhea. Not very fun, especially if you're having seizure and having diarrhea at the same time. Oh boy. Sometimes they can even be bloody. Ugh. You can have a headache as well, loss of consciousness, which is never fun, low blood pressure, muscle spasms, nausea and vomiting. So imagine you have, seizures, vomiting, and the diarrhea, especially the bloody kind. Oh, that's going to be a lot of fun, isn't it? Other things would be rapid pulse, slow or difficult breathing, stomach pains, and weakness, according to mountsinai.org. Now, I'm really going to stress this. If you and your kids are around this plant, be very cautious and very attentive, especially with younger kids, because this plant is very colorful and attractive. So you know how kids can be. It looks colorful and attractive, and if it's got something that looks like berries, they're gonna wanna fucking try to eat it. So make sure that they know what this plant looks like, so that way you can avoid it from happening, and just teach them so that way they know in the future when they're old enough to explore on their own. Now this is found in the forest edge, fence rows, under power lines, pastures, fields, forest openings, and other similar areas. Pokeweed's poison is distributed throughout the plant, but it's strongest in its roots. So if you're ever to eat any, try not to eat those. And remember, you don't want to sit there and die having a seizure and choking on your own vomit or drowning in your own fucking fluids. You feel me? It's not a fun way to go. It's just gonna suck overall. Again, make sure that you identify these plants and know them before you go out, so that way you can avoid them and don't ingest them or go around them and end up with a nasty rash like with poison ivy. Make sure your kids know this and keep animals away from it too, potentially for any of them that might be poisonous for them, like the pokeweed potentially. The last thing you want is for somebody you love to get poisoned, or yourself too. That's gonna be it for us today, my dudes. If you guys did enjoy, as usual, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Really does mean a lot to me whenever you guys do this. Helps to show me what all you're enjoying that I'm putting out there for you, and helps to get us farther up in the YouTube algorithm to help teach people how to survive out in the wilderness and be independent of these systems that we live in, so we can be self-reliant or independent. Now, if you did make it to the end of this video, go and leave the word poisonous in the comment section down below. Let me know that you made it to the end here and are part of the 100% club. And also, if you guys would like a more interactive experience here with the channel and other members of this little community or tribe I've started to build, please check out my main YouTube channel. It's Zelda Naruto Fan 1. I'll leave a link in the description down below, as well as, one to my other socials too. Join us on stream. Have a cool fucking interactive time with us. Chat with us. Talk about conspiracies. Be goofy, silly. Have a good laugh with us. Talk about memes, survival stuff, bushcrafting, etc. We talk about a great many things on it, and we're always welcoming new people into that stream chat. And check out my Discord if you guys would like to. That'll be in the link below as well. We have movie/weeb night every other Friday in that channel, or in our little Discord tribe. We watch movies and anime and stuff like that, and it's always a good welcoming environment. Just gotta be able to take a joke and don't be a dick. Either way, I'd love to see more people in that tribe. Either way, if you want to see stream, do check it out. We hit 101 subscribers today, and we just hit 100 2 days ago on stream. So getting up there in the YouTube algorithm, we're building more and more of a freaking tribe on YouTube. So go check it out. We expose the corruption within the systems that we live in on that channel. So the whole theme of all my channels is fuck the system, literally, because it's corrupt. And we need to learn how to do things without it, because when we do that, the corruption can't thrive and grow, it'll crumble and fall. We make new systems to replace the old broken ones. Either way though, my dudes, until next time, thank you very much for all the love and support. I do appreciate you guys. Thank you for the likes, follows, etc., etc. Thank you all 17 of you badass motherfuckers of the survival tribe. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and until next time, please don't forget to live long, prosper, take care and peace, and keep it 1,000,000% real. I'll see you guys on the flip side.